Maryland men's basketball fans are starting to see what Qudus Wahab can do. In a game where the Terrapins were slow to score, their big man came through. A lot of things are still going to look different. For one thing, face coverings are going to be required to be worn at all times. Also, Lot 1 here will be not quite as busy as it usually is on a game day, as tailgating will not be permitted just yet. Maryland football fans have been excited about this team's young core for a while, and on Saturday, they finally got to see it. Talia Tungavailoa threw for 332 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Terps down West Virginia 30-24. The Terps are already making history here in 2022. For the first time ever, Maryland won its first 2 games and scored more than 20 goals in each one. Ludwig Field was rocking as number 12 Maryland men's soccer hosted Northwestern in a late-season Big Ten showdown, and the Terps gave the crew plenty to cheer about, pulling out a 3-1 win over the Wildcats. Maryland women's lacrosse pulled off its largest win of the season Saturday afternoon, beating Ohio State 11-5. Emily Sterling shined in goal for the Terps, stopping over 70% of the Buckeyes' shots. Something pretty important to Coach Swope with hitting is stability, keeping your cord all that stable. So, one of the things he does, got this thing here. It's water in it. Stand here completely straight, hold this down, and then basically you want to drive and then bring that up so that way keeping sure that your cord is still stable. On Saturday, Terps got their first road game of the year as they traveled to Syracuse for a date with the 9th-ranked Orange. Syracuse dominated in its season opener. This past weekend, they beat Holy Cross 28-5. Maryland baseball's historic 2021 season gave fans plenty to cheer about here at Bob Turtle Smith Stadium, and the man at the helm is here to stay for another 5 years.
Very helpful, very talkative, very open, and I hope that, like, as a team and as a coaching staff, we just continue to learn and grow and get better, and hopefully it shows in the next year or two.
Last season, Coach Vaughn's squad finished the regular season 12 games over 500, came in second in the Big Ten, earned a spot in the NCAA tournament for just the 7th time in program history, all while playing through a pandemic.
You know, this year we're really looking forward to kind of getting back to normal. You know, I think one thing that really helps as far as fostering kind of that culture, that relationship you want. As bad as it sounds, guys don't love it, but shared adversity is a really good thing.
After the season ended, 3 Maryland baseball players signed with Major League Baseball organizations. Pitcher Sean Burke was a top 100 pick in the draft this year. He's going to the south side of Chicago. Shortstop Ben Cowles led the conference in home runs this year, and the New York native was drafted and signed with the Yankees. And Randy Bednar, the team captain this year, inked a deal with the Mariners. And these 3 aren't the only ones from this team who recently put pen to paper. Coach Rob Vaughn is here to stay for a while, signing a 5-year extension with the Terps.
You know, I've loved being here. I've said it, 1,000 times. I think Maryland has everything that you look for in a job. You know, I think you get very high-end academics. You get people that care about their education. You get very high-end athletics.
Well, Coach Vaughn's from Texas, his wife's from Kansas, but now, because of this place right here, he's a Marylander. Reporting from Bob Turtle Smith Stadium for the Left Bench TV, I'm Shane Connick. Illinois star center Kofi Coburn was out in the concussion protocols. It was a Friday night home game right before the spring semester starts. The stage was set for Maryland men's basketball to pull off an upset of the number 17 Illini. And behind Dante Scott's career-high 25 points off the bench, the Terps left Xfinity Center victorious 81-65. It was a cold day outside in College Park, but Maryland's shooting was hot. The Terps shot over 50% from the field for the first time all season. But Illinois didn't make it easy. This game featured 14 lead changes.
It was a high-quality Big Ten game. A lot of lead changes. You look at the box score, both teams led for a considerable amount of time throughout the course of the ball game.
But it was late in the second half when Maryland started to say goodbye to the Illini. Dante Scott had this and one, part of a 7-0 run that put his team ahead for good. Julian Reese, the big man, he's knocking down a couple of three-pointers.
Yeah, he works on it a lot, so I'm just happy that he can knock those ones down because he actually stays at the gym and continues to work on that shot.
Led by Dante Scott on his career day, 4 Terps scored in double figures. Maryland was just taking advantage of Coburn's absence and dominating in the paint. Caduce Wahab was back to doing things like this, and that created confidence among the whole team.
The last 2 games, I felt like I wasn't attacking like how I should have, not just for myself, but for my teammates. Making plays for my teammates. And today, I went out there. I tried to give energy and try to, be that leader, that point guard that, everybody can feed off of.
Maryland has another opportunity to avenge a Big Ten loss. It goes to Piscataway, New Jersey, to take on Rutgers on Tuesday night. For the Left Bench TV from the Xfinity Center, I'm Shane Connick. Megan Ryan Nemser has been a Marylander her whole life, and now she's also a Terp. When the new Maryland women's soccer coach talked to athletic director Damon Evans, she realized being with this program back in her home state is where she belongs.
We had the same vision, the same culture. My dreams came true when I became a Terp.
Nemser grew up in Crofton over in Anne Arundel County, about a half hour from College Park. She went to St. Mary's High School in Annapolis, and then played college soccer at Rutgers from 2004 to 2008. She stayed in New Jersey as a Scarlet Knights assistant coach for 14 years, and just helped Rutgers reach the College Cup this fall. Leaving Piscataway after 18 years there wasn't an easy decision, but the opportunity to coach on the sideline here at Ludwig Field in her home state was an opportunity that she couldn't miss.
When you guys called, I said it was going to take something special for me to leave. And what you have here at Maryland is something special.
Nemser takes over for Ray Leone, whose contract wasn't renewed after 6 seasons at the helm. His tenure ended with 24 straight losses to Big Ten opponents. Nemser's first move in turning the program around is going to be with recruiting. And as someone who grew up going to games at Ludwig and watching Coach Shannon Higgins-Sarofsky's squad, she knows quite a bit about soccer in this area.
I feel like you guys are a sleeping giant. The amount of talent that you have in Maryland, in Virginia, D.C., New Jersey, Pennsylvania, it's unbelievable. And for me, I want to get that recruiting pipeline back to Maryland.
Nemser becomes the 10th head coach in program history, and is going to look to bring the Terps back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2012. For the Left Bench TV, I'm Shane Connick.